Alright, for poison-specific things that you can just run practice drills for, ranging from easy to difficult. First things first, you know, there's a basic knowledge of her combos, and, you know, learning combos is both an exercise and learning the information that's already existent, but it's also good to get in the habit of, like, discovering stuff for yourself. Like, if you can work through the logic and understand the systems to reach the conclusions that the optimal players have already reached, then you'll have a better understanding of the systems and why things are the way they are. Like, why you go for this move in this situation, or how it's discovered that this particular combo is, like, the most optimal. So anyways, yeah, Poison's combo routes, this is a crouching medium punch is her most plus close range move on block and on hit. So you can do it into standing medium punch. On counter hit, it can reach a bit further, so anywhere, if you're in range for this, if you get a counter hit, you can reach with standing medium kick, that 8 frames. A lot of her moves are special cancelable, so you can do, like, do that, and then you can go into full combo. Now, her basic damage combo from any of her cancelable moves is very simple. It's the EX version of this is the, well, okay, normally if you do this, you just do, like, the medium version. Medium is the default knockdown. You can get heavy kick version of shock heal in some circumstances, or if you get standing light punch or crouching light punch, or like crouch light kick, crouch light punch, you can do the light one. It's the only one that's fast enough. But for all the rest of the hits, you generally do medium or EX if you have the EX and want to spend it. So that's like a basic combo, and then she would dash up. You can generally stay very close to the opponent on most of her knockdowns, so you can practice your timing for meaties, like I talk about in those videos. So another thing that Poison can do is her V skill 2, which is both medium buttons. Her V skill 2 is this. So if you hold it down, she does this attack. If you just tap it, she just does this. This will go through opponents if you're close enough. It will auto-correct the follow-up if you hold it while going through the opponent. And you can cancel it into stuff. Like that. You can special cancel it after you hit it. So this sequence looks like more complicated than it is. It's actually very simple. It's just EX, and then you just hold the V skill, and then you do that move. EX, just hold the buttons down. As you can see on my inputs, I'm just holding V skill, and then I do that special. So, and off of a lot of her knockdowns, she can do this V skill instead of dash up. She can do her V skill to close distance and get in range for meaty. So on back recover, that would look like that. It's about the same distance. It reaches slightly further, but it takes slightly longer. There are some circumstances where it's better than doing a dash up. So her best knockdown that she can get off of her combos, her best, like, to stay close to the opponent when they get back up, is EX into the medium whip attack. That will make them, like, fall straight down, and it leaves them, so you can just do that V skill, and even if they back roll, you're, like, right up in their face. So anyways, yeah, her basic combos to practice. There's lots of this is another aspect of her combos. If you do heavy punch into the heart rate hold and then cancel it as soon as possible, you're actually plus enough to combo off of it. With a standing medium punch because it's +6, and if your heavy punch lands the counter hit, you can get that medium kick from further away. So she can be pretty deadly on pressure, because she can get counter hit into knockdowns from like here. Her heavy kick, also very good. Another thing to practice with poison that's important, recognizing when this gets a counter hit. Crush counters freeze the screen for longer than, like, normal counter hits don't freeze the screen or do the slow motion effect that crush counters do, so you can generally see when. So if you put counter hit on random, you can try this out. Normal hit will look like that, counter hit will look like that. So you can practice reacting to that, and then you hold down the V skill, which will convert off of the counter hit, like so. So that's a good conversion way to get in. This one gives you a lot of time to react, so it's not a difficult confirm. Now, another thing to practice other than, you know, combos and doing these cancels and doing this especially, recognizing the space for some of your V-trigger activations, so crouching heavy punch, you can cancel into V-trigger, and if you land it on hit at about like this range or anywhere, you can reach this. You can actually reach EX, whatever this is called, as a conversion. Her other good like V-trigger starters are like crouching medium kick is a pretty, it's not special cancelable like a lot of her other moves, so you can't like do it into these moves like you can with everything else. But since it is V-trigger cancelable, it is actually a very good move. It's fast. It's pretty fast. It doesn't reach that far, but it's low. And on V-trigger activation, it's pretty plus with very little pushback. So you can generally get heavy punch. And do a full combo like that. When you're in V-trigger, simple combos, you can actually like simplify it pretty much. You can modify some of your existing long-range zoning tools by canceling your actions into the Molotov to create, like, just get more screen coverage. You can throw the up one by holding back and hitting the V-trigger buttons to throw the up Molotov. Generally, most people would just do, like, either stuff like that, or they'd wait to get confirm hits. Or you can also cancel a lot of your specials, like your shock heal, stuff that would normally get knockdowns. They're unsafe on block, but you can actually make them safe with by canceling them into the Molotov. So you can do like, and when you actually confirm land combos, any of your shock heals can go into Molotov into a heavy shock heal. I guess not if it's too far away. So you can do it into an EX move after that. The heaviest damage will always be that, because the Molotovs apply a flame carpet on the ground, which means that it deals constant damage if they're standing in it. Constant potential damage. So, because this move hold them in place for a long time, they accumulate a lot of burn over that time period. So that's always the heaviest damage option. Oh yeah, generally, you can do that as a basic conversion, as a basic meterless conversion, so you can do that in super. Super optimal conversions would look like doing this into so that's like really heavy damage. So any of your pokes that you do, like heavy punch into that, or medium punch into that, become really deadly confirms because you can throw them into Molotov and get like a huge chunk of damage and a knockdown off of them. Other than that, it's good to practice doing some of these situations so that you can recognize when you get a whiff punish with heavy punch, you want to cancel into that for big damage and a knockdown. And when you're on block, you want to cancel into something safe. So it's good to practice these situations so you can recognize whether or not you got the whiff button that you wanted, so you can cancel into the bigger damage, the much superior conversion than just doing that on hit. But that is also a kind of high-level tactic. You know, most people will just autopilot into one thing or another and not wait that last second to see what they should cancel into. Let's see, other things to practice, other techniques. Poison's anti-airs are crouching medium punch. It is very good, but it's also short horizontal range. This beats everything. It's just uncontestable. It just beats all jump-ins, but it hits above her head, so it deals with cross-ups really well. It's kind of nutty how good it is above her head, but it doesn't reach that far horizontally, like I said, so it can be baited out by certain empty jumps. But she also has this. Light shock heal is also an anti-air. You have to be... It has no invincibility, and it's not, like, super fast, so you have to be pretty... And because it's a special input, you have to be pretty on point to be prepared to use that as an anti-air. But it is good, especially when you have V-trigger to convert off of it. Other than that, she has an air target combo. Oh, this is important as well. She has a really good jumping attack with jumping forward heavy punch. See, her normal jumping heavy punch is also a good jumping attack. This is one of the stupidestly, goodestly jumping attacks in the game because of how far down it hits so quickly. Very difficult for a lot of characters to contest this if she just abuses this jump. This will catch a lot of people from how early you can press it compared to other characters' jump-ins. She also has a pretty good horizontal range one with heavy kick. But she also has jumping forward heavy punch. So if you hold forward when you press heavy punch, you get this super long range one, which is also very good. But if the opponent jumps at you, you have medium punch heavy punch and medium punch forward heavy punch, which is the better one. Usually you do medium punch forward heavy punch because it knocks them back further and floats them longer. Now, Poison's standing light punch is really good. It's a 3-frame. It's her 3-frame button, and it's pretty long for a 3-frame button, but it's not very plus. It only combos into itself. On counter hit, it does not even go into a medium. On counter hit, it can only go into light kick. But it is a good button for her to have. It's just her crouch jab sticks out for longer. It stays out there for longer, and it lasts a lot longer. See, that is like jab and done. This, it's really hard to tell, but trust me, it like you can recognize when it hits for a lot longer. So this is what you use when you expect people to like dash at you. This is like your stop button. So let's say the opponent jump, dash, versus jump, nothing. this is the stop sign you want to put up, is crouching jab, because it's one of the longer, it has more hit stop than a lot of other jabs, so it gives you more time to recognize that it's gotten a hit, and you can actually recognize that in combo into something if you recognize they dashed into it. Like so. And it's so long that you can actually recognize when it gets a counter hit. So if you put counter hit on random, you can react to the counter hit, you can just jab, and then if you see counter hit, you can convert it into medium punch. That requires slightly faster reactions and practice. But it's not as fast of a reaction as some other stuff that is in the game. It's actually pretty lenient. I would say it's around 20 frames. So, the really good poison players can recognize when they've got a counter hit and go for that. And when they get a normal hit, they go for light kick. Really good poison players are fast enough to like differentiate between counter hit, no counter hit, hit or block, and pick the most optimal conversion. Because her stop sign of a crouch light punch is just that. It lasts that long that you can actually recognize it. It's one of the few lights that you can do that with. Now, poison is really good against fireball characters. Because at a certain range, you can just react to fireballs with medium heart rate. And her heart rate does more damage than a fireball. Fireballs generally do 60 damage. Ryu's actually does 70, whereas medium heart rate does 90. So if you just use heart rate a lot, it generally shuts down most fireball characters, because they'll just constantly lose that trade situation. It's worse frame data for them, and see, poison's plus 14 in that situation, and it's worse damage output for them. Poison's other good anti-fireball tools are, she has this. So her forward heavy punch in the air. If they do throw a fireball at this range, you can do forward heavy punch like up there, and it will catch her extended limb. So that means that she can jump at this range where they can't anti-air. They're nowhere near close enough to anti-air her. And if they happen to throw a fireball at that range, they eat shit.
Showtime! I got you. Take off. Was it good for you?
She also has these, which go over fireballs. So if you space them out, they can be pretty good at that. But most importantly, oh, also the first hit hover EX heart rate, which pulls them in. It's good at like sucking the opponent in to for more offense. The first hit clashes with and beats fireballs, like so. So it just utterly eliminates fireballs while it pulls them in. But most importantly, she has the best anti-projectile EX move in the game. Well, I mean, some EX moves are like more rewarding, but she has the most reliably consistent shut down all projectiles move in the game, which is the EX version of this, which is completely projectile invincible at frame 1, and is like full screen, so you can anywhere on screen. You direct like the range of it by holding forward or back or whatever. So you can be like, however, like oh blah la di da, and just immediately fucking hit them. Doesn't matter where you are, projectile can't hit you. It reaches forever. It's fucking insanely fast. It's stupid. It's a dumb move. It's very good. Depending on how close you are, you can combo off of a trade of a fireball with this into super. It's like a more technical thing. It'd be pretty rare to see that in a match. You can also react to fireballs with super because it reaches so far, and it's invincible like most supers.